Well, the weather at the moment reminds me of the weather my brother and I used to get as we went on our summer holidays to the Lake District, probably about this time of year. It's about 50 years ago. Oh, hold on, might be 55 years ago. A little while ago. What it is it's a bit of rain. So what we used to have to wear was shorts, well, look, shorts and sandals, and a cagoule, because we used to generally expect there to be rain, but it wasn't freezing cold rain. Now, let's get back to the matter in hand. And so what I'm going to talk to you about in this video is running DCC in the garden. And if you'll bear with me a little moment, I'll just introduce the next 3 videos in one and try and link them together. I'm not sure how I'd do that. So you will see, yes, you will see in this or one of the next 3 videos, that's what I plan to do, a successful running of a MTS sound decoded loco on the garden railway. But what I've done is I've dug out my old Hornby Elite controller. And when I say old, it is quite old. It's an early version of that. But I'll show you what I've done with the box. So the box is now on a semi-complete stage. So this is the way I've put these things together. And if you've looked at the previous video, what I've done, it's all wired up, but I couldn't get the hang of the functions on the handset for this, which is why I went to the Hornby Elite. That's not wired in, that's the interface to a computer. That's the interface cable to a computer. But you will see down there in the box that I've put a metal base, and I've screwed the 2 transformers to the metal base. I've put the IEC kettle plug with fuse and switch into there. And what I'll show you in the still images probably is a picture of the underside of it. But the advantage of this is all the wires, all the controllers go inside the box. I can clip it up with the little catchers and the handle which goes onto it somewhere, and it can be transported about. And in fact, you know, I've just been out in the rain with all this closed up. There's a notch in the side there for the lead to the controller and the lead to the track to come out of, and everything else can be closed up tidily in the box. But one of my watchers said, oh, what about heat and it getting warm in there? Well, the LED power supply, 24 volt power supply, did have a fan in it, but there was nowhere for the fan to circulate. This is just a potted transformer. Until we get into use, I don't know what sort of current it's going to draw. It's only a 4.4 amp transformer, so not a lot more current available from that. That's 24 volts at 4.4 amps, whereas the whereas my old Hornby Elite, there you are, down there, is 4 amps at 15 volts. So a lower VA, a lower power rating for that. But for this loco, 15 volts is plenty, and 4 amps is plenty. So I've got plenty of grunt from the Hornby kit, which you will see working. This will give more grunt when it's working. And I've got to persevere with this to get it working. And if I spin the thing around, I'll pause it and change the direction of the camera. Right, so just out of interest, this is, well, from 040 Loco, the Rolling Road. Just a quick, what would I say, promotion for a company in Burnley. What do they call themselves? Burnley, Lancashire. I'll have a look. Something, Train Supplies. Their rolling roads, great, work fine. I do have a set of 00 gauge rolling roads from them. Enough for 2 more wheels in there. So in your kit, you get enough for 4 wheels. That's my test track, my rolling road that I used just to test that the Elite was working, because this is a known working double O gauge locomotive. That's a double O gauge locomotive that was near the test track because it has a problem. This is known working, and everything worked fine. Look how easily the wire dislodges it from there. So that gave me confidence that my Elite, which I've not used for a long time, was working okay. So I could go to this, and with that on the test track, I managed to get things working confidently, which is why I was able to do the outside video. So hopefully that's not too much preamble before you see me playing in the garden in the rain. Oh yes, direct train spares. So it's faded on here. Direct straight train spares. They attend exhibitions. The guy that runs this, he's a guy that knows his electronics. He knows his mechanical engineering as well. So quite a useful person to talk to at exhibitions, because he understands it. They do lots of, I bought a couple of flashing LED type things. He does conversions to Oxford die cast and other types of cars. I'm not quite sure how he's getting on with that. And they're quite reasonable, not a lot more than you would pay Oxford for the original thing, and he puts flashing blue lights and other lights onto them. So that's quite useful. So there's lots of the LED things that you might like, and other little products. I mean, switches, plugs, sockets. There's always something useful, and it's good to have an alternative source of supply, as well as LEDs. I've got a whole pack of LEDs and a pack of resistors, which I plan to use somewhere, haven't yet, and in fact gone into stock. But that's just if I do get to give a link, I'll be very happy to give a link to it, because I've found it not just good prices on it, good quality gear that fits nicely in the track there, but good service, because you've got a knowledgeable person running the business, which is always very helpful.